Good morning and welcome to Master Trader, where you can learn to use simple market and stock analysis to make money investing and trading. I'm Greg Capper. Today we're going to look at the markets, and I got to ask you for a little vote here. We got a whole lot of bottoming tail bars going on here, these little BTs. And a bottoming tail bar is one in which the markets or the stock, whatever you're looking at, it sold off during the day, and buyers stepped up and pushed it right back. You can see we had a bottoming tail bar here and the end of October, and then we had another one here the beginning of November, and then another one here on the 9th, and then we had one here yesterday. The markets were down and they came all the way back up toward the high of the day. Now we have this little bit of a difference here in that here we've got a little bit more of a rounding kind of a top, where these were V type of tops going into the bottoming tail, or that preceded the bottoming tail. But now, while we have that little rounding top here, we have two bottoming tails. In other words, so they kind of brought up the backup troops here to defend the line, and this is going to be the line in the sand, or the battlegrounds here today. The markets are down a bit. We'll take a look at that. But put your comments below. What do you think? Is the bottoming tail going to fail this time? Or do we get it back above here and then push up to new all-time highs? If this fails, we've got a larger area of resistance, but the trend is up. Kind of give the benefit of the doubt to the trend. However, we have a real battle going on here where sellers are stepping up and buyers are stepping up, and that, of course, is the essence of the beginnings of a sideways trend. We really need to see if this can get out of this area. It could just go sideways into the end of the week, of course. Anything's possible, but these bottoming tail bars are telling us that buyers are stepping up on the dips. They can fail, but we haven't seen one fail in quite a while. So what do you think? Put your comments below. Is the bottoming tail going to fail? Are we going up to new all-time highs? One of the ways that we can kind of come to some conclusions about that is to look at other markets. So I always look at the NASDAQ market, the NASDAQ 100. This is where the tech stocks are and the big internet stocks, the Microsoft and Intel, Google and so on, Amazon, and all the big boys are in there. And so we've got a bottoming tail yesterday. We didn't get very far into yesterday's range. It made a higher low to the prior bottoming tail. Now, this gap down from this new high bar right here, that created a lot of uncertainty. And this is what I kind of say is trying to repair the damage. A gap down from a new high bar, gapping down underneath it, that's bearish, and suggested a retest of this 20 MA and maybe this bottoming tail bar. But buyers are attempting to make a higher low here. They just can't get it going for the moment. So we're going to see what they can possibly do today. So we've got some relative weakness here in the transports, which that's a little bit of a worrisome sign. We've got stocks here that move information services and people, kind of a partial vote for the economy, and it's been showing some relative weakness. In addition, we've got the Russell here, not too bad, but showing some relative weakness. These are the small cap stocks, and they've been kind of choppy all year, other than this move, but they have come back from the dips. The question is, can they get above this line right here and come back from this dip? Now let's see what the futures are doing right now. So this is what's going on in the moment. These are the S&P futures, and we can see what's happening overnight and right now, and you can see that prices have moved lower, not above that bottoming tail bar, and they're coming down into this support area where the buyers have stepped up each time that they have. And you can see, the bottoming tail bar, the bottoming tail bar, bottoming tail bar, bottoming tail bar. Now, remember, this is developing as I speak. This could turn into a bottoming tail bar if it can turn around. These bottoming tail bars looked just like this, or even worse. You look at this one prior to becoming a bottoming tail bar. Now, one of the things we do is, especially as an intraday trader, or looking at what's happening intraday, if you're an end of day swing trader, you're just going to wait to see what happens. But right now, what we can see is here was the overnight move down into this prior support, and I've got that marked off. That was one of those bottoming tail bars, and prices rallied off of that, but now the sellers are coming back. Probably there was some news came out a little while ago at 8:30. 8:30 is usually a news point. I think it was consumer confidence and a little bit of a negative reaction. There's a lot of gyrations going on here. So we're going to have some back and forth and pull and tug between buyers and sellers here this morning, and we'll see where this ends. And as I said, put in your vote. Do the bottoming tail bars win, or do sellers take control here today and push prices lower? Lastly, I'm going to take a look at oil, which has been doing well, but it's having a bit of a correction here. It's pulling back. That's normal after a move up. Gold futures are actually starting to perk up here. And look at another bottoming tail bar. Bottoming tail bars usually follow through. But the gold here just might be ready to start moving. All right, everybody, you have a great day. Don't forget, put in your vote, subscribe to the channel for updates, and we will talk again tomorrow.